I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect?
Surprises!
Engineered by J. Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime! Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast on a Thursday with Mike and Jay. The whole team is here tonight. We got Big E right there, Timko in the house, K-Dog is an asshole is here, and Poos is here too. We got a Poos. I'm sure she'll make an appearance later. Anyway,
she's about to sniff my nuts.
That's all right. Let her. Welcome to the show, everybody. Like I said, it's our Thursday show. Dare I say a big show? We got a lot to get to. We'll talk about a dead model, Cosby, maybe a little more on Cosby, some crazy shitty mothers out there. Wow, crazy shitty mothers, some terrorist assholes. We're going to talk to a local guy who has a baby and a python, and there's some people all up in arms about it. But we got a couple stories here locally that are making all the rounds as well. And why don't we start with those? First off, how are you, buddy? Anything exciting today?
Exciting today. Not really. Yeah, you know what? I'll have to say, this is one of the rare days where I went back to the show and listened to a part of it.
Really?
I wanted to hear Morgan Freeman.
This is bullshit. Been spending too much time in the math lab, Sonny.
More time learning the English language.
What'd you think when you heard it again?
He's so right on with that impression. Impressions are, they can be kind of annoying sometimes, but dude, if you get those nuances, it's really, really impressive. As impressive as anything in comedy, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's so good at some of those.
Yeah. It's funny because most people, when they do an impression, they're just doing an impression of someone else's impression. You know what I mean? Like, somebody nails it, and then it makes it easier to, Camille.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't come up with that. Other comedians have done stuff like that, but it makes it easier to do the...
You're right, you're doing the caricature.
You're doing a caricature of it, yeah.
But he's doing him, man. That's Morgan Freeman. And the thing about Morgan Freeman is, and the reason it fits so well with E's thing, was he's a great narrator. You know, he makes the mundane seem really relevant and important. You know, so to be like, I got up for breakfast. You know, it's just.
I went to leave.
This is the dude that.
That's how I spell leave, or is it levy?
Yeah, man. I mean, Morgan Freeman is one of the great narrators.
Freeman. Stop saying Friedman.
Freeman. Morgan Freeman, one of the great narrators of our time.
Yeah.
Narrated E's diary.
That's awesome. My friend Chris McQueen.
And those are great little nuances where it says Chris McQueen. You know, but my friend Chris McQueen. You know,
we talked that day about going to Grand Valley State University. We didn't set our sights too high. Most people want to go to Michigan. And yeah, it was so perfect. And he's so good at it. But it takes a guy like him to sit in a room for hours. Like when he was talking about Andrew Luck, you can guarantee that he's sitting like a psychopath in a room, just trying to get the nuances of Andrew Luck. Like I don't even know where to begin.
And like you said, it would be hard once you have these other voices in your repertoire to then distinguish. He said it's a lot like Madden, you know.
Yeah.
And so to not fall into Madden,
dude,
it's tough, you know.
I find that all the time when I do Big E's voice. It's my old Beavis voice.
Yeah, you're right.
Is what it is. Shut up, Beavis. It's like, Nana, God damn it. Like it's the same thing. There's just thrown in at the end of it, but it's basically the same voice. So it's kind of morphed into Beavis over the years. But yeah, he's just so good at it, and it's amazing those guys that are really, really good at it. Just how I mean, he sounds like John Madden. He sounds like Morgan Freeman. They're not just picking up subtle nuances to their dialect or certain words. Like a lot of comedians will go to the "not gonna do it."
Right.
You know, they'll go to certain catchphrases. Like he's really got the nuance down of their voice.
That's
and
the beauty of it, man.
And the rhythm. There's a pattern to the way people speak, and that's the key to doing an impression is picking up on that pattern and that rhythm. That's, you know what I'm saying, men, when he's doing that John Gruden.
Right.
But God, it works so well with Morgan Freeman.
And that, and if you go to his website and listen to, it's a YouTube video of him doing the Morgan Freeman voice, the practice statement by Allen Iverson. Everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah.
Great soundbite of Allen Iverson. Practice.
We're talking about practice.
This ain't a game. This is practice.
Yeah.
And he does it in Morgan Freeman. It's friggin' awesome.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Maybe we can watch that if we have time later. Speaking of videos going around, there is a new video. I think it came out last night. It premiered last night.
Right.
They had. I don't know if they had an actual premiere in the city or not. But it premiered last night, and I liked it personally. But I like cop dramas, so I was kind of a fan of this particular movie that came out. It's police officers caught on videotape punching and kicking a handcuffed parolee absconder. Suspected in carjacking. He's going to be in. They're going to. Michigan State Police are going to investigate. You guys want to watch a minute of this video?
Sure.
It's all the rage. I mean, this is getting rave reviews throughout the city. It really is. So they got him on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, punch him. He's kicked.
Give me your arm! Yeah, fix back up on the other side.
So some lady's just filming this out her front window.
It's right down her front walk.
Yep.
What did you say? Jesus? You're calling Jesus? You fucker! Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare!
Yeah, don't you fucking dare.
Good job, man. Good.
High five. Yeah.
Good job,
So they've kind of kicked him a little bit. They've roughed him up a little bit. He says, Jesus.
This man is handcuffed, and the police is beating him while his hands is cuffed behind him. It's two officers. I don't know, I guess 2, 3, maybe.
Oh, lordy, they just
They
beat
were
the man
kicking
down.
him and pistol whipping him.
Pistol whipping? If I saw that. If they pistol whipped him, they pistol whipped him with his own pistol.
That they pulled out of his waistband.
Yes. That he refused to turn over.
That he was reaching for as they were trying to subdue him.
So, these videos are so tough because you always get the aftermath of what happened. And we've talked about it before, but there are consequences for your actions. And what we're seeing here is the end result of said actions.
Dude, you run and you resist, you ought to have your face scraped across the pavement and beaten until you subdue.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
That's just the way
I would
it is.
expect that to happen to me, man.
I would too.
Beat my ass if I'm reaching for my waist.
Yep.
You know, go ahead and shoot me if I look like I have a gun in my waistband.
I would encourage them to shoot you.
The only issue here, and I'd have to back up and look at it closer, but if they're hitting him while he's cuffed and face down, that ain't right.
Not a problem with that.
It's not right, man.
Well, what if he says Jesus? He's calling out Jesus. I mean, you can't whitewash him a little bit? I mean, at that point, the adrenaline's cooking. What's wrong, E? Go ahead. Have your PC.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Fuck. Everything that you guys said at the beginning is right. But, man, if he's handcuffed, dude, does not matter at that point.
He's handcuffed now, and nobody's laying a hand on him.
But if he was handcuffed when you were kicking him on the ground.
Yeah,
if
we'd
he
have to
was,
go right back to that
I
moment where
can't
he
tell.
calls out to Jesus. Right around there, it looked like they might have got a knee in or whatever. But
Everything
if
before that,
right,
fine.
absolutely. Beat the shit out of him until he is subdued. But then when he's cuffed and he's subdued and he's no longer a danger, hands off.
Do you have a problem with, once they sack the quarterback, like doing a little dance and then high-fiving their teammates?
I don't have a problem with the high
Actually, I
five.
do.
I do not have a problem with the high five.
I don't either. I mean, that's touchdown for them.
adrenaline, dude. That's you're in a dangerous situation. You just took down a guy who had a gun in his waistband.
Yeah.
Who robbed a woman and her daughter allegedly earlier in the day, right? Was in a car that was...
Yeah. We're talking about 51-year-old. He's been identified as Andrew, the old president, the ex-president, Andrew Jackson.
Old Hickory.
Yeah.
He's right. That's awesome.
He absconded from parole in April 2014. He was sentenced to prison in 04. On charges out of Oakland County of conspiring to commit armed robbery, assault with intent to rob while armed, and fleeing police. His lengthy criminal history dates back decades, includes prior convictions for fleeing police, attempted unlawful driving away of a vehicle, and for stolen property offenses. The man later taken into custody was armed with a handgun when he was arrested after being seen getting into a vehicle that had been taken from a mother and her 2 children earlier that day. Still feel sorry for him?
I didn't never. Whoa.
Shut up, E.
No, I never said I feel sorry for him. That's not the point. What I said.
Officers received.
I still believe he shouldn't be kicked or hit after he's cuffed and subdued.
Man. Okay, I'll give you that one. I'm just not ready to. These are my. Yeah, never mind. Officers received information Monday from a tracking service that a vehicle had been carjacked earlier in the day and that car was on the move. The carjacker had allegedly pointed a gun at a mother and her 2 children, ordered them out of the vehicle, threatened to shoot them if they didn't comply, and took off with the woman's purse, keys, and car.
Right, and he deserved to get his ass beat and subdued.
They located the vehicle, established surveillance, so they see this guy pull into a driveway. They order him to get down. He takes off running. Then the pursuit is on. They know he's got a gun. And then what we see is the aftermath, where they finally tackle the guy, get him on the ground. He refuses to show his hands. He's got his hand in his waistband where there's a loaded gun. There's a loaded pistol in his waistband, and that's why they're kicking him. They're trying to get him to release his arm from his waistband because they know he's got a loaded gun on him.
Totally fine, absolutely. Kick the shit out of him.
He continued to reach for the area of his waistband, refused all orders to show his hands. He curled up in a ball, and his right hand again went under his clothing. Fearing for their safety,
they should have shot him.
I'm telling you. Fearing for their safety and those in the immediate area, an officer delivered a kick to the thigh area, and the subject, thus allowing the officer the ability to arrest the subject. Located in his waistband was a loaded semi-automatic handgun. After he was handcuffed, they congratulated each other. As we saw, they did their sack dance. And
did the icky shuffle on the sidewalk?
Hell yeah. Get your cold cuts. Get your cold cuts.
That is a funny commercial.
It's been resurrected.
The officers in this case arrested an extremely dangerous wanted felon who was armed with a handgun. They were required to utilize various techniques to affect the arrest. Due to the totality of the circumstances, we believe the actions of the officers were proper. I agree. They did try to shoot him with a taser too at first, but his clothing was so thick.
Wow.
I don't know what would have happened if Officer Walters would have been on the scene, but it probably would have played out very similarly to the way it did. As soon as he went running.
Get on the ground! Get your ass on the ground! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands, you son of a bitch! Don't you move a muscle! I'll keep shooting until you stop moving a muscle! Cuff him! Cuff him! I'll keep shooting while you try to get the cuffs on, gentlemen!
How does Officer Walters have cannons set up? I'm sorry, that will never...
Dude, I am packing. When I go to a scene, I'm ready for battle.
Cannons? What do you have, the fucking old Civil War cannons? Because that's what they sound like. They're like...
If necessary, whatever it takes.
Pounding the gunpowder in.
My job here is done. That's what I say when I walk away from a crime scene. My job here is done. And then I light a cigarette. Yeah, that's my catchphrase.
Let off one more bomb.
Take that, motherfucker! Yeah, that's my signature. My job here is done, and I light a cigarette. And I walk away.
Cigarettes are cool.
Hell yeah, they are.
It's depicted in movies and TV.
He vapes. He walks away vaping.
No, that's not so, man. No, it's got to be a real cigarette.
Yeah, that's the one time I'll have a real cigarette. When I've got like 284 confirmed kills.
Right.
So when I get one of those, I'll have a cigarette. I'll have a real one.
You deserve it.
Yeah, I don't want to look like, I mean, the vaping is awesome, and it's way healthier for Officer Walters, but in those moments when the adrenaline is really cooking, nothing beats a real one,
After you put yourself in such danger, put yourself out there, I don't blame you, man.
Yeah. You don't even want to see Officer Walters in an interrogation room. You don't even want to see it. I mean, luckily there's no video out there of that, because that gets messy.
No one's ever survived to get to the interrogation room.
Yeah, who wasn't even making it to the interrogation room?
Nobody.
There's been cases early in my career. A couple
so-
lucky souls made it. They didn't make it out of the interrogation room, but they made it in. Things got messy. Did you see this, by the way? A teen who saved a cop's life. Have you seen this video going around?
I've not seen the video. I read this story.
He gets arrested by this cop, and they're booking him, right? And this is in, oh God, where was it? No, it doesn't matter. Officer Franklin Folks, he collapsed while he's processing this 17-year-old kid.
It's in Florida.
Yeah, of course it is. So he's sitting there handcuffed, and the officer is booking him, and he collapses with a heart attack.
And then the guy.
And the kid's like, he goes over, he's like, hey, motherfucker, you all right and shit? Hey, yo! And he starts kicking the fence until cops come running in.
It's pretty cool of him.
There's no audio of it. It's just closed circuit.
He's just wandering around this little office
He's like, hey! This motherfucker's down in here and shit. Hey! Yo! Cops are just kind of taking their time. Meanwhile, the officer's just laying down on the ground, having a heart attack.
Every second counts, right?
Really? Look at how slow this guy's approaching.
Yeah, they know they've got a perp here to deal with. Cops come rushing in. They end up cutting his, pulling all his gear off, cutting his shirt off. The other grabs a defibrillator, and they charge him. But they're calling this kid a hero for kicking the. Now, I don't want to take anything from the kid, but I feel like that kid's probably thinking, it's just me and him in this fucking room. If this dude's just dead and I'm just sitting here,
I'll be here forever.
It don't look very good. You're gonna blame me for this shit. Yo, get in here, man. Your boy went down.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't get up and, I don't know. Like,
you'd have to be a
absolute
monster.
Absolutely.
Would Big E, would you tell someone, or would you be like,
Not
my business?
No, I would.
That's what you get for arresting me, you son of a bitch.
Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch.
Ball don't lie.
Paul, don't lie.
I don't know where that came from. No, I'd do what he did.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not, right?
I mean, yeah.
It's probably more to what Mike said, though. He doesn't want to be blamed.
Well,
know?
that, and in my mind, you gotta hope that maybe you'll get a little leeway.
Exactly. You did a good thing, so he'll help you out.
Well, they said Sergeant Todd Bunin heard Rutledge's cry for help, and upon seeing Officer Folks clenching his chest, notified police dispatch sent help. Two of the other officers, which we saw in the video, who are Robert Norvis and Raymond Ketchmark, overheard the radio transmissions, immediately responded to assist.
Dude, they slowly walked up on that scene. Did you see them? Even when they walk in and they see the officer down,
yeah,
they barely show any sort of...
Dude, in those high-pressure situations, we got to keep our cool.
Yeah,
it's very important for us to remain calm at all times.
They enter.
And they're like, holy shit, he's not lying.
Yeah, the one guy on the left runs in. These other two are just like, eh.
Well, this fat ass kind of just doesn't do anything.
No, it's very important that we officers keep our cool in those situations. Like, if you panic in that situation, and believe me, I've been there. I've wanted to panic in those situations. But Officer Walters remains cool and calm all the time. All the time.
I don't know.
No situation is above my above me. I'm cool and collected always.
No itchy finger.
No, absolutely not. I know what my target is. Break a few eggs when you're making that omelet, but that comes with the job. It's part of the territory. So these guys end up cutting off his, as I said, and they hit him with a defib. And paramedics eventually arrived, transported him to a hospital where doctors credited the teen's quick response with saving the officer's life. Folk, Rutledge, and the three officers will be commended for their heroics at a ceremony next Wednesday. And there's a picture of all of them with the perp in the middle. Ah, look at him. He's not cuffed anymore.
He's going to get a plaque. That kid's going to get a plaque. Where's he going to put it?
Think they'll give him a key to the city?
Shit.
I mean, whatever. You want to give him a ceremonial plaque? I mean, the kid really did nothing. Once the other guys got in. Now, granted, his hands are cuffed. So I don't know what they expect him to do, but it's again, who wouldn't do that?
I know.
Like, what's the award for?
Being a human.
Hey
being.
man, your boy's down and shit.
Right.
Like, kick the gate and then they're like, have a seat, son. You're still handcuffed.
Yeah,
have a seat.
Yeah, the You're Not a Complete Monster Award. Congratulations.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we got a couple other stories, and then we'll get to the guy we're going to call here.
The Python guy.
Yeah, the Python guy. Justin is his name. and Jamie. I'm sorry, Jamie. Yeah, he's got a pet.
You were thinking of the Pigman, weren't you?
I was.
We were
dude.
just searching up the Pigman. It was Justin Harris.
Yeah.
We're frustrated by our lack of information on the Pigman.
Yeah. Justin Ross.
Justin Harris.
Justin Ross Harris. That's his name.
Little buddy.
Little buddy. Should we watch one more video? This one was sent to us the other day before we get to Jamie here.
This one has been around a little bit, but it's interesting.
Yeah. It's been around since the end of, well, right around Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Right around Christmas. And it's local. This
Ypsilanti,
lady.
right?
Yeah, Ypsilanti. Yep. Eastern Michigan campus. We got a lady in a McDonald's, and I apologize if you've seen this, but it's funny as shit. She's irate. Black woman goes nuts in this McDonald's after her staff apparently made an unforgivable mistake. Have you seen this, E?
I have not, so it'll be new to me.
They accidentally added fries to her order of ice cream.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Free?
That's all it took.
Free?
Oh, they were asking for money for it.
Oh, what a buck.
Right,
It's fucking $1 for fries.
That's all it took to unleash this woman's full rage as she verbally assaulted the cashier. The lady that posted this video goes to Eastern Michigan. Her name's Janae Sims. She said, after witnessing this incident, she wrote, "Excuse the horrible language in the video, but this is what I witnessed in McDonald's today, shaking my head." At one point, a father eating in the restaurant with his kids, and you'll see him come in, and he's trying to, like, calm her down. He's basically trying to get her to stop motherfucking everybody in the restaurant while he's with his 2 young children eating at McDonald's. So let's take a look at this video. It's pretty good.
Christ.
What the fuck now? Because I'm tired of your ghetto ass and his gay ass talking to me like I'm dumb. Bitch, I didn't order fries. I ordered ice cream, dumbass. How am I waiting on fries to get done and I didn't order them? That's what I'm talking about. So you try to talk to me like I was stupid. Bitch, I know what I ordered. How about that?
Yeah.
You want to read it? It's dumbass. Read the screen. They tell you to read the screen. There ain't no fucking fries up there with no goddamn 20-piece fucking nuts. I'm easy. Now listen. Since you trying to talk to me like I was dumb, answer me that with your dumb ass. Don't be quiet now, because I got a stick in my purse like a stick in your ass, bitch. Head, do you want it? Because I'll give it to you. Just like that, motherfucker. Watch who the fuck you think you talking to in this bitch. I'm not one of these simple-minded ass bitches that thought you was cute, bitch. Give me my money. I paid with a fucking card. Now hurry up so I can swipe my shit and get up out this ghetto.
She's swiping for ice cream.
How about that?
$1.29.
I did that still. Well, not ice cream, but I charged $1.
Motherfucker.
Finally, she's calmed down enough.
No, it's like debit or credit, motherfucker.
We're good.
Which one you want me to put?
Whichever one you want.
I want it back on my card. You didn't give me this choice when you spend my card. So what the fuck did you say? Here, read the receipt, bitch, and tell me. You the manager. I want my money. I'm gonna get the store and see it in the receipt, and it's gonna start with this in your ass. Motherfucker, I want my money. What the fuck do you want me to do? Hello? You the manager. What did you give me that for? Well, here, figure it out. What the fuck did you put when I spent the motherfucker? Because all I did was spend the bitch. But you the manager, and you like your job. Do you like your fucking face, bitch? Do you like your face? Do you like your face? Because fucking with me, your face is to the kid. I'm not playing. Which one do you prefer? It's both, bitch. Which one?
Dude, that's
Which one do you prefer? All right. Larry. You know who the fuck y'all think y'all playing with in this motherfucker? My card for refund. Bitch, it was $6.99. I want all my shit. This say $6.56. I was charged extra 40 cents, bitch, for motherfucking buzz. Read it. That's on the receipt, dumbass.
Yeah,
You
dumbass.
bring it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want her to do her job. She was telling me how she liked her job and how good she did her job. I want this bitch to do it right. Give me my money back on my card. Excuse me, sir. Back up off me because I'm calling you something. Back up, bitch. Back up. Give me my change, bitch. Give me my motherfucking change. Not playing with your ass. You want to see how smart I am? I'm not fucking playing with you, bitch. She ain't no calm down, bitch.
Dude.
I'm just waiting on Sweet D. I ain't worried about it. I just need you to leave me alone back up because you didn't have nothing to do with my $6.99.
Yeah.
I would just give her the money as a person.
Oh, that's what the guy was trying to do.
He was trying to pay her just to shut the fuck up.
Here you go. I'll cover it. He was saying.
Dude, I give those fucking workers a lot.
You've worked the counter. You've worked the counter.
If someone did that to me, dude. I mean, I know I'm not someone who punches. So I'm not.
You know,
I would tell. I mean, obviously, I'm not someone who's gonna punch them, but I would tell them to fuck off. Like, I would not sit there and let someone talk.
It's incredible, dude.
Would you say that Jit went a little ham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that qualifies fully.
That qualifies.
You think Jit went ham there?
Yes.
Man.
Holy.
A nutbag. If anyone deserved just a, disorderly conduct ticket, which are so stupid, but there's one right there, man. Where's a cop when you need one?
In fairness, they did add fries to an order that didn't have them coming. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's true.
I'm just saying. I mean, we all know how frustrating it is when they get your order wrong in the drive-thru. I mean, she wasn't in the drive-thru here, but it's frustrating.
It sure is.
I'm guessing she had a little more going on in her life than an extra fry.
Perhaps. Got some other stressors.
Give me my money! Give me my money!
By the way, did I hear her say it was $6? How much is ice cream? Like a fry? What did they?
You don't know how much she bought of the ice cream.
That's true.
Hey, this reminds me of David Helm.
It does.
Our attorney sponsor. He says we've all had them, our less than proud moments. Mm-hmm. If you're in trouble with the law and find yourself with the word,
if you're a Jit that's gone ham and are now finding yourself in trouble,
yeah, you've got the word defendant listed after your name. Attorney Dave Helm can help. Call him at 248-679-8804 or go online at helmlawpc.com to set up your free consultation, because life's mistakes should not have to ruin your life. Tell them you support the Detroit Cast and receive 15% off.
All right. Hey, we got a story here out of local area. It's in the Oakland Press, White Lake area. Father Jamie, his pet python, making quite a bit of stir. Oakland County Prosecutor's Office is asking the Department of Human Resources to investigate this family that allows pythons to be around children. They filed a 3200 for those who aren't in law enforcement, like Officer Walters is. A 3200 is an investigation on whether child neglect or abuse is taking place. The prosecutor's office became aware of the family having a 13-foot-long Burmese python through recent media reports. Show it to E real quick. No, you got to see this. It's awesome.
I will not look at it.
It's awesome.
I'd rather see.
No, that's okay. It's important for the story. I mean, we're about to talk to the guy. You should at least know what you're talking about.
Look at the baby!
Look at the baby! Coiled around their baby would be a nightmare.
I can't anymore.
Look at the baby! Look at the baby!
Snake handler James Garino. It's simply a show of affection from a beloved pet.
He's just playing. They're just playing.
The snake? You play with a snake?
And the father of three from Michigan,
that is
USA,
an adorable
is
kid,
on a
by the way.
mission to change opinion on what he sees as an irrational fear of snakes.
In this video, I was showing the simple fact that snakes are not evil creatures. They can be a loving pet, despite their bad reputation. My daughter was absolutely in no danger.
In the footage, Jamie's 13-foot python Nana can be seen interacting with his daughter Alyssa, who was 14 months old at the time.
When people see this kid, they mostly react with fear or negativity. And I don't understand why. Because as you can see, the snake is just roaming around. It has no interest in biting her or choking her or swallowing her. This is an embedded fear, and I think people are brainwashed.
Jamie has been a snake handler since the age of 16 and wants to bring his two daughters, 10-year-old Krista and Alyssa, who's now 3, into the family business.
I think the benefits of raising children around exotics is simple. They can open up their mind to something different, rather than your average pet. My plan is to open up a reptile zoo with my daughters. We want to share our passion and educate people that reptiles belong.
But his relaxed attitude toward his beloved snakes raises eyebrows amongst people who see them as inherently dangerous.
What do you think?
I mean, that's a big snake, man. And we had a friend with a big one, not that big, probably 7 feet or something?
At least.
Yeah.
It was a python too. It was Burmese
python eating chickens at the end. What did he ever do with that, by the way?
I think it got so big he ended up giving it away.
Yeah.
He had to give it either to a zoo or somewhere.
Right.
Should we call Jamie here?
Yeah.
All right. Call Jamie. Let's give him a buzz. You alrighty?
No, I'm fine. Fuck.
Fear of snakes and butt play. Strange combination.
Hello?
Great. Jamie.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy. It's Mike and Jay from the Detroit Cast. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I bet you've never seen a media storm like the one that's hitting you right now, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've never seen anything like this.
Isn't it crazy to get caught up in that kind of thing?
Well, yeah. I've never been in this kind of situation. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's I don't know. I can't say I like it.
The good thing for you, Jamie, is the way these cycles work. In 3 days, no one will give a shit anymore, and you'll be left to your devices. That's the good part.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Hey, Jamie, where's the snake now?
The snake is in hiding. He's nowhere to be found. Let's just say that.
Really? You had to remove the snake?
Squirreled him away.
No, I didn't have to remove the snake. I'm just kidding with you. No, he's happy and healthy, and he's in a locked cage, a 2-key box, and that's what people don't understand. I don't have a 13-foot python roaming the house with my kids, and nobody wants to see the side of that story. It's like, come on, you think I would let a giant python just roam my house?
Yeah, my assumption.
Unsupervised. Come on,
right.
People see the screen. They see the screenshot and they think, bam. They don't even look at the video. They think, ultimately, bad father. Call CPS. Take him away. Stuff like that, and it's just ridiculous. They don't further investigate, and that's kind of what bothers me.
And hey, Jamie, I assume you know that snake well enough, and the breed specifically, that you probably see some sort of movement to it, some nuance that it does to know. Okay, he's getting physical now. He's starting to think about eating, and those cues. And so if had the thing made a cue like that, you'd have removed your kid immediately. That's my assumption, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, well, I didn't tell you guys yet, but like I've said to people, I've had the snake around plenty of children, like doing elementary presentations with my 10-year-old daughter, Krista. She's 10 now. We take all our snakes out when we educate the public, and he's like a main attraction. And he's like the last one we show, and he's been around so many children, and I know their, how he interacts, and like if he's in a shed mode, certain aggressions where he doesn't want to be bothered or he's hissing or something, I'll never take him out. But for the most part, he's a great snake. He's never bit anyone, and people just can't accept the fact that snakes can be pets. And they jump to the conclusion that I'm a bad father, but in reality, I've already had the CPS here, unfortunately, which kind of ticked me off. But,
really? Do they just show up unannounced?
Yeah. There's they showed up with 2 police officers, which I got to say the police officers are really cool. They came in, actually I let them in because there was a false allegation saying I had venomous snakes, which I don't know what they got from that. I don't know how they got that. So I said, you know what? I need to prove my point. Come on in. Let me show you my house. Let me show you my family. Let me show you I have food. Let me show you everything.
God.
So I did that. I'm trying to defend myself, and I don't want anybody thinking anything less. So I showed them all my snakes, and I actually had 2 police officers sit there and look at my snakes, and they handled a few of them and said, "Wow, that's a beautiful snake." And one of them was handling a couple of the babies my 10-year-old daughter bred, and it was that made me feel better. It's like it was really cool. But the CPS worker and their whole organization can I don't want to get too I don't want to say what I really want to say, but they can.
No, it's funny to me, Jamie.
They can go to hell.
They can go to hell. Jamie, it's funny to me, like, there are stories every day of a dog attacking a kid or getting off and taking off and killing people, and you don't see an outrage from people going, all dogs need to be removed from houses because they're dangerous. But in you just don't hear of snakes.
Well, here's the problem, I think. I think there's a huge part of the public that sees a snake and thinks, oh, my God, if that snake bites him, he's going to die. That's a venomous snake is the assumption.
Yeah.
And they don't distinguish between a constrictor and a venomous biting snake, right?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing people think, okay, the snake is going to constrict and strangle your daughter.
Yeah.
Well, first off, snakes do not see human as a food source unless she had rabbit fur, like rat fur, or smell like a rabbit or smell. I've had, like I said, I've had the snake around so many kids and doing elementary presentations, And I can read the snake, and I'm not saying nothing couldn't happen.
Sure.
Nothing. I mean, with any animal, any pet, cat, dog, bird, whatever. There's always a chance and a risk. But I think all of us take risks every day. I mean.
Have you ever left that snake in the room with your kids alone?
Never. No, I would never do that. Nothing. No, nothing big. I mean, I have baby snakes that my daughter handles, and they're the size of the width of her finger, and of course, those aren't anything to worry about. But no, if they're handling a snake, I'm right there, always right there. Safety's first. I love my kid more than any animal, whether it be a snake, a dog.
I think the fear, Jamie, for a lot of people would be in an instance where all of a sudden your phone rings in the other room and you run out just to grab it, and in that instance your baby does what babies do, and they pull on the dog's tail or they smack down on the snake's head, and then the snake goes snake. And that's probably where a lot of that fear comes from.
Yeah. No, I agree, and but I take it more serious, and that was that was an isolated incident where I had my snake out for a stretch, and my daughter at the time, my oldest daughter, I think she was 7 years old. She was cleaning out the cage. She's been active with snakes and involved since 6. So she was cleaning out the cage. I had him out, and he was crawling around. And Alyssa, my youngest daughter, who's now 3, happy and healthy, she's like, snake. That was like probably her third word besides mommy and daddy and stuff like that. And I just thought it was cute. She's crawling around, and there was no danger. I'm right there, a couple feet away, and I already know the snake. I can overpower it, and there's a lot of criticism saying that I can't, but it wasn't 13 foot long, for the record. It was 9 foot long. The media over dramatized it, which they like to do.
Totally.
And yeah. So I had total control of the situation, whether anybody wants to, whatever anybody says, I had total control of the situation. And I don't want to target any dog owners, but I do want to say that a pit bull or any medium to large sized dog has way more strength than what the animal in that video could ever, inflict on a child.
Yeah.
Hey, we see a picture of you and your family, 3 lovely children, and your wife there. Your wife's totally on board with this, eh?
Yeah, she really has come aboard now. She never hated them. She wasn't a fan of them, but after seeing our oldest daughter, Krista, interact with them, and she's already bred her first snakes. I got that on our YouTube channel. We had 10 healthy babies, and my daughter did it all on her own. And that's a side people don't really want to see. They just see this sensationalism, this video, this snapshot of a baby and a python, and ultimately they want to hate and push negativity. But there's a lot of educational and positive sides to this if you just look at our YouTube channel, or the public goes there. But you guys know as well as I do, nobody really wants to do that. They just want to ultimately, slander on the internet, which
the media is a problem all unto themselves. I don't know how your interactions have gone with them, but I know from limited, it's funny. We've done interviews over the years with media outlets, and it's remarkable to me how often, I don't think there's ever been a story where they didn't get stuff wrong in it that I've been involved in. I mean, not once. They misspell everything. They get facts wrong. They quote you wrong. It's remarkable. Yep. And I've read stories where I'm like, that you butchered that story. I told you a good story, and you butchered it.
I know. And I don't know how they get away with it. It's wrong. I don't own venomous snakes. That was a false allegation, and I'm actually looking into hiring a lawyer to look into this just to make sure that because I feel I've been invaded. My privacy's been invaded, and they contacted my kids at school today, and I'm really upset about that. Which I have nothing to hide, and I've already showed them that. But I'm really just feeling like I've been, my privacy's just been tortured, and over nothing. They had no, there was no evidence of any wrong being towards my kids.
So are you
a pet snake? It's a pet snake. It's a snake, and people hate snakes. So let's go attack them. Why not?
So are you gonna think twice before you post videos with your pets anymore?
Well, me and my 10-year-old daughter, we weekly, every Saturday, we put out a video, Snake Hunters TV on our YouTube channel. And
is it Snake Hunters TV?
Yeah, Snake Hunters TV.
Okay.
And it's YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. We're getting pretty out there, educating the public. I've had parents call me, email me saying, hey, thanks so much for educating, and kids saying, hey, you guys, because of you guys, I got my first pet snake, and it's really cool to see everybody interacting, and learning. But there's always the negative people, and we're just trying to go against that, and it's a hard thing to do.
Well, we had a friend growing up. Jay and I grew up together, and we had a buddy, Ed, who had a Burmese. And this thing, we'd come over there for feedings and stuff, and it was rats, and it graduated to rabbits and chickens and whatnot. But there was one time, there's no doubt, man, that thing was on my shoulders, and I was just carrying it, and all of a sudden it started wrapping around my neck a little bit and constricting. And I had to call my buddies in, like, all right, little help. To get, I was like, and it probably wasn't going to do anything. It was probably just, winding its way around and slithering as they do. But, that's probably the feeling that people fear when they see a child, in fairness to the critics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand. Like I said, this was actually an isolated incident where I just captured a moment where, the snake was out getting a stretch, and Krista, my oldest daughter, was cleaning the cage, and I was like, "What is this
cute, incident?"
And I was right there. I was right there. I mean,
YouTube video with the baby.
People don't understand. The snake wasn't. It was like 9 foot long, and like maybe a foot and a half of it was actually on her. So and it was only like 25 pounds. So divide that by the segments, and it'd be like a couple pounds actually on her. People think the distribution of the snake, the weight was actually on her. No, it was just a little portion of it, and I'm not going to let anything bad happen to my children. I love my kids more than any animal in the world.
Jamie, you're talking about a different video than the one with the baby on the ground?
No, that's what I'm talking about.
You are talking about that one?
Yes.
Okay. Adorable kid, by the way.
Well, thank you. She's 3 now, and she can actually identify like 6 to 7 different of her older sister's pet snakes. She's a really smart girl, and they got a passion for it, and I don't want to keep them away from that. I think they have a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it. I'm all for I know it's different, but who's to say that's wrong? Who's to justify that?
What's the difference between the snake that's featured in the video and, say, an African rock python?
Well, an African rock python is notoriously aggressive, and I wouldn't own one. They're like a Burmese python. They're like a super Burmese python with extra strength, and they're not too much seen in captivity. I wouldn't own one.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say is I wouldn't own one. They're pretty aggressive. I mean, Burmese pythons have been captive for years,
sure.
But African rock pythons, they just have a notorious aggression. And I'm not saying there isn't any tame ones out there, but I wouldn't own one of those particularly.
Yeah. Well, hey, buddy, thank you so much for the time, Jamie. We really appreciate it, and I don't know where this goes for you, if you got to deal with the shitty court system now or what, but.
Yeah, I got to deal with a little bit of stuff, but like I said, they came to my house, checked it out, and they seen I had happy, healthy kids, and there's nothing going on here I'm doing wrong, so I'm going to keep on pushing my passion with my girls, and that's the bottom line. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop us.
And if you want to see the videos, it's snakehunterstv.com. There's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Jamie, thanks so much for the time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck, Jamie.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
You too. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Sort of doing a little Steve Irwin thing there with his daughter, right?
Yeah. The reason, by the way, that I asked about the African rock python, there was a story a few years ago. A couple of brothers. This happened in Canada in 2013. 4 and a 6-year-old were killed by a 14-foot African rock python that had been kept in an upstairs apartment after it got loose, fell from a ventilation pipe into the boy's room. So, people hear stories like that, and they automatically think, oh, can you imagine, though, if every dog was looked at the same way? If you had a fighter dog versus, whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to say that I don't get where people would be coming from with Jamie. He seems like a nice guy, and I know how the media is and what pricks they can be, the way they write.
Yeah.
They're looking to sensationalize something to make it bigger than it is, and it's really unfair to, especially people in the general public that get thrown into that machine. Right. It really is shitty, and you know.
But I mean, undeniably, there's some element of danger there that, you know, I can understand why people would go, dude, what do you know?
Yeah. Would you feel safe having?
I wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
Why? Why risk it to me? But he's the expert on snakes.
Why risk letting him walk outside the house, though?
Well, you know, this is, you know, how do you forgive yourself if something happens and you're like, whoa, it was my pet, you know?
Yeah.
Darn, I didn't think that would happen.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, shit. You try to minimize the risks, and to me, that's one I wouldn't put my kids under. But
yeah. What if they had a passion for snakes?
Expert. Well, then
what if Russ all of a sudden was like, Dad, look what I got? And he's got a
as
snake.
long as you learn about it and he clearly knows a lot more than me. So who am I to say, just other than stereotype stuff that I'm throwing out here? I mean, it just looks dangerous to me. And being around Eds, I mean, it kind of didn't like scare me, but you know, you see the power of it. You see what it can do to a chicken.
Yeah. Quickly.
Yeah.
He won't even look at the screen. He won't look at the screen. There's a snake, and I don't know what it is, but it's taking down a deer.
Anaconda? Oh, that's a rock.
That's a rock.
Yeah. See, we need to get one of those in here.
No.
I was going to call, maybe I'll call Jamie later and see if he can, because it sounds like he's in deals with exotic pets.
No.
See if he can give me a hand with getting a tiger.
Okay, that's fine.
I can picture that thing with my giraffe's neck, or the whole neck of my giraffe in its body. No, it's not happening, man. I'm not subjecting my giraffe to that.
Tiger, no problem. You're good with that?
Yep.
So if Jamie hooks me up with a nice tiger, a baby, of course. We're going to start him young.
Hell yeah.
We'll milk him by hand, bottle feed.
We'll milk him.
So not milk him. That's ridiculous. That would be absurd. We'll bottle feed him from birth, and then he's going to love us, especially me, and he'll respect me for his life, no matter how big he gets, right?
Nope.
He's going to be sitting right over there.
I'm
Fukfase, lay down. Poo's over there.
Eat poos so quick.
Nah. I feel bad now. I've got this whole segment here on shitty parents, and
that we were putting Jamie
I don't want to lump.
Right.
I don't want to lump it in and be like, yeah, to finish up with our shitty parents segment that Jamie started. I don't want to do. Look at that giraffe. Look at him. He's chasing that man. They're vicious, Jay.
It's so photoshopped.
That's not Photoshop. That's your boy right there.
A man in a suit running through the freaking African savannah.
It kind of looks like OJ, doesn't he?
That's Photoshop, man.
That's not Photoshop. That's your boy. You want to saddle him?
Yep. I'll break that fucker.
But anyway, to get to real shitty parents, we've got a mother who, I don't know, she maybe went a little far, but I can understand where she's coming from. 57-year-old Ohio woman. She's been jailed for allegedly attacking her son with a knife. But the question begs, what did the teenage son do?
What do? Dude, and this is frustrating. I've had this happen to me, so.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Officers were called just before 3 o'clock Saturday to the hospital in Dayton, Ohio, where the 15-year-old stabbing victim said his mother attacked him during an argument over food. The teen's aunt told police her sister became angry because the night before she made pork chops. After dinner, 4 were packaged for later meals. However, when she got up Saturday, 3 were gone, and her son lied. He did lie about eating them. She then began to throw knives at the boy. He said his mother had been drinking, and that he tried to run because I had knives coming at my face.
It was 3 in the afternoon?
In the afternoon. Mom's,
Drinking at 3 in the afternoon?
Yeah, Bloody Mary, starting the day right.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, if it's a Bloody Mary bar, that's acceptable.
Yolanda Veasley. At her apartment, police saw a knife the size described by her son in the sink with dried blood stains on it. On the kitchen counter was a white towel that was soaked in blood. Veasley told police she threw the knife after her son knocked her down. When the officer said that didn't justify throwing a deadly weapon at her son, she said, yeah, you're right. You got me. You're right.
It's the pork chops, though.
She's been booked in the county jail.
That is very frustrating, though. When you've got something leftover pizza, something you really like, and you got it in there, and then Russ eats it.
Does that happen a lot?
Russ ate my grapefruit the other day.
Ooh.
Just really tasty, good grapefruit.
Was it a half a grapefruit or a whole grapefruit?
Half of one sitting there.
You shouldn't have left it in. Did you put a note on it?
No.
Did you say Dad's grapefruit on it?
Can't blame Russ. No, but I do have my own peanut butter.
Allowed? Whoa.
Wait.
Jay, at the household, is grapefruit not allowed to share around? It's all yours, Jay?
Well, it was the last one.
You were looking forward to it.
Well, it's not
I'm the king of the castle. In fact, Sweet Pie calls my peanut butter the king's peanut butter.
Wait, why do you have your own peanut butter?
Because Gab buys all this healthy shitty
Bullshit.
peanut butter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know the kind. You have to stir it up, and it's got all the crap at the top.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, and so I get Jif.
That a boy.
Jif
Good
is
job,
awesome.
Jay.
Nutty or nutty?
No, I get just the reduced fat, just creamy Jif.
Because I love the extra crunchy, man.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm with Jay on this one.
I mean, and I eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly.
You
And
do?
So
Still?
if I'm doing that, I don't want the shitty peanut butter, right? This it really makes a difference. It does.
It's, you know what, Gab, whenever I come over and work out with Beelzebub, she makes me the couple times she's made me a
protein drink,
and she's probably using that shitty peanut butter in there, but it gets mixed in, and so you don't know.
No,
it
that's
tastes
fine. It's fine for that. But if you're just making a straight up PBJ, you gotta have good stuff. And I'm not usually a snob like that. I'll usually eat whatever. There we go. Reduced fat, Jif creamy. Man.
Looks good.
Yeah. But
extra crunchy.
So I got it. I got one of those for Father's Day one year.
A can of peanut butter?
Yeah, because the kids always eat mine, right?
Yeah.
And so I put.
They don't want the nasty, gross shit.
Exactly. Everybody loves the chip. So the kids are always trying to dip into it. I'm like, that's the King's. I'm the king of the castle. It's mine. And so Sweet Pie calls it the King's peanut butter.
Yeah. It's funny. My dad used to do that when we were kids. Like, he would buy cases of Coke, not cocaine, but Coca-Cola, and then there'd be like me and G and Jay would be there, and God damn it, son, and
nobody touch it. That's mine.
Well, it wasn't always that way. We'd go and crack a Coke and then take 2 sips and then leave 12 90% full Cokes around the house, and it drove him out of his fucking mind. And so he would have stash spots in his room where it was like the licorice went, the Coke
in his
went,
bedroom,
in his bedroom, in his drawer, and then we figured out where that was, and started
stopped hiding food in his bedroom.
Coca-Colas.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
But I just have spots in the pantry, certain spots where I'm like, throw it behind there.
Oh, they'll never find that.
Well, Russ and the other one will, but Sweet Pie won't. And Sweet Pie is the biggest problem with that peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah. You leave her alone for 10 minutes, and there she is trying to get the King's peanut butter.
She's hilarious, man. Well, she's been over here a few times, and she'll be upstairs doing her thing, and it's like, Russ, keep an eye on your sister. And okay, Dad. And we'll be down here doing the show, and then it's like, Sweet Pie, you already had one popsicle, no more. And it's like, okay. And then you go up there 10 minutes later, and she's found the scissors, she's found the popsicles, and she's trying to cut the top off herself and just start eating it. And I have zero ability. I just look at her and go, oh, gosh, she's just so adorable.
I'm only
eat
one
a box of them.
I'm barely a step above you, man. I have so much trouble telling her no, man.
There's no way. She just looks at you, and she's just like scissors and a thing, and it's like,
please, Dad,
please.
Gosh,
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
I'm hungry. Sure, have some sugared ice. Go ahead.
She was here one day, and she wanted food, and she's like, she actually told me one day, my dad doesn't feed me.
What? Oh shit!
I swear to God, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
It's not true.
I was like, oh, Pie, help yourself. Consider it your kitchen, which is a bad thing to tell a 5-year-old because they consider it their kitchen.
Oh yeah, she's all the time asking me if you gave me candy to give to her or anything like that.
I did. I hope you're giving it to her.
Jay,
I send Jay home every day with candy for Sweet Pie.
Remember those gummy letters?
Oh my God, it was a 10-pound bag. How can I forget? Did she eat them?
Yeah, she loved those.
Yeah, those are awesome. I need to order more of those.
Yeah, you gave them to me under the guise of, oh, they're too big. They're not the right size.
Yeah.
You ordered a thing of gummy letters, so it's like the alphabet, and it's a 10-pound bag.
In fairness, they're the Haribo brand.
Right.
Which, we all know what the gummy bears are like. Yeah. The alphabet letters, hard to find. When you find them, you'll never not eat the Haribo letters, the alphabet ones. They're amazing.
But they were the wrong size for you.
They were. They usually come in like, 1 inch by 1 inch size, and these ones were like 3 inch by 3 inch. Way too big to enjoy.
I won't even say, why don't you just eat one instead of 3? But
well, the Prada Willies will take over, I would imagine. And
yeah, I'll eat 5 pounds.
He doesn't understand the difference between 1 and 3, no matter if it's big or not.
Oh, God. We've got more stories on some shit parents out there that we'll get to here in just a little bit. Why don't we take a quick break? Do we have another read to do?
We do. Zot Ford, with the hottest sales staff in Oakland County, wants you to come in or give them a call about great deals on new cars, lease deals, trade-ins, and their award-winning sales department. Go see them. They set up Beth with the new Escape that we've heard so much about. $100 a month she saved on trading in her lease. If you're lucky, also Dipshit E will come by and say hi to you or whatever, and throw keys at you. If you buy a car, he'll throw your keys.
Chuck them at you. Here's your fucking keys.
Go see him at Zott Ford.
How's Steve doing? Have you seen him yet from his penis reduction surgery?
No, I have not.
You haven't? Do you know he got a hip replaced while he was having the penis reduction done?
That seems very selfish.
Why?
Well, penis reduction surgery. You know, for the ladies. My God.
Well,
going around with a smaller penis.
You don't know what he started with, though. I've heard rumors.
No, I don't. I can't speak to that.
Isn't he pandering to the sponsor? God, he has such a big dick. It's amazing.
I didn't say that. You said that. I have no idea. I'm just fucking
so
with
big
you.
he had to get it reduced. God, he's such a great manly man. I mean, he's
what with that giant dick and all.
The virility is outstanding.
He knows how to wield it too. I've heard. He told me all about it.
I said nothing.
Whatever. It's neither here nor there. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and.
You're bullshit when you just make remarks and whatever. You can't take the cat out of the bag.
I can't remember what was said or what wasn't. You know, it's just a flash.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at its belly. It's so doughy. How's this gonna happen? How is this marathon gonna occur?
It's gonna be a slaughter. Is what's gonna happen.
I just saw it, man.
I'll finish it, but I'm not gonna beat him.
It's gonna be a slaughter.
It's a doughy mess.
Yeah. It's gonna be a slaughter. All right, we'll be back in just a minute.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford and Holly. So Christmas is over and Santa didn't slide the gift you want down the chimney. No worries, because Zott Ford has you covered. New 2015 Mustangs, F-150s, Fusions, Explorers, Focus, and Escapes. We got them. We have smoking hot auto show deals, too. So stop pouting and head to Zott Ford on I-75 at exit 98. We have over 500 vehicles available to make all your wildest dreams come true. Check out our massive inventory at ZottFord.com.
cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Detroit Cast for a Thursday with Mike and Jay, and we got some more stuff to get to, and we'll get to your email a little later because we got some good emails today. Some more on the parenting front. Poos. Poos. I'm a lousy parent with the poos. Go lay down.
You're too easy.
Am I? Do I need to knock her around a little bit?
Yeah.
Go lay down, poos.
That would impress me that you had the shot collar, though. I would have never thought.
Beth.
Yeah.
Not me, yeah. No. Speaking of parents, we've got both ends of the spectrum. Shitty ones and super overprotective ones. Why don't we start with the shitty one? We got a story here, and I don't know what the proper age is to leave your kids unattended, but we got a mother in Louisiana who's facing negligent homicide charges. Never the way you want the sentence to start, right? After her 2 small children died in a house fire while she was getting her hair did. Getting her hair styled.
Getting her hair did.
I get my hair did. My hair did. An arrest warrant was issued Tuesday for a woman who allegedly left her 3-year-old son and 4-year-old daughter unattended for hours. Man. Fire Marshal Chief Brant Thompson said the 21-year-old mother, 17, and she gave birth to the girl. All right, good. Will be arrested after her release from a medical facility where she's on 72-hour hold by the coroner's office. She was transported there after locking herself inside her vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah. They're still piecing together findings about the fire that killed the children.
Getting her hair did.
She was getting her hair did.
Damn, man.
Would you leave a 3- and a 4-year-old home alone?
No.
No? Is that a bad age to do that?
Yeah.
What age can you start leaving them home alone? Russ!
Right. My boys are 13 and 12 pretty much, and we'll leave them with the sweet pie for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But still, it doesn't feel comfortable, you know?
I feel like your kids would know what to do, and they wouldn't leave sweet pie alone.
No,
if something happened.
Yeah, they'd go down with the ship.
Yeah.
And save sweet pie.
Totally they would.
Yeah.
I totally get that feeling in your house. That Russ especially.
Yeah, the sweet pie is the princess, so.
Yeah.
They know, yeah. They would do anything to protect her. But, dude,
was it
3
weird?
and 4, man, I mean, sweet pie is, 6, and no way would you leave sweet pie alone.
Why? What could she possibly get into?
The King's peanut butter.
Would the place be if you and Gab decided we're taking Russ and the older one out, we're going out, sweet pie will trust
little
you.
Ones? Cute.
Oh, they're adorable. They are. Look at those. No, those aren't Jordans. Those are Nikes. God, those kids are really cute.
All right, so the scenario is...
How could you leave 2 kids like that home alone? They're adorable. They really are.
What do you do? Put them in front of a TV, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what I would do.
Turn on the TV. Don't go anywhere. Here's a Hot Pocket. I mean, fuck. Got to get my hair did.
Oh, look at Mom. Your hair looks like shit, by the way, Mom.
You got stupid E-glasses on, too.
Yeah. She's very, very normcore. From fat head to fat toe.
So what's the cause of the fire? Do they?
It's under investigation.
Normcore from head to toe.
She heating the house at the oven?
I don't know. Do they do that a lot? Do people do that?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
You heat the house with an oven with a 3- and a 4-year-old in there? We're not saying that's what happened, but as it's under investigation. But yeah, what could possibly go wrong if you were to leave the sweet pie home alone? Like I said, you and Gay are taking the 2 older ones out. You guys are gonna be out for hours. You guys are enjoying your company together.
I have every confidence that the sweet pie wouldn't burn the house down, but I would be afraid that somebody would come by and take the sweet pie.
Really?
Yeah, that's the fear. Is like somebody's coming to. If somebody comes to the door, she's gonna run up there, look through the little side window, and see who it is.
I got to be honest with you, Jay. I'd probably take her if no one was there and that answered the door. I'd probably take her. It's your fault for having such a cute kid. I'm sorry, but I'd probably take her. Who left you home alone? Come here, you. Would she go willingly? Or would she know that that's a bad idea?
She'd know it's a bad idea. Especially you.
Especially me.
No, she'd go with you.
Yeah.
Stop talking about that. That bothers me.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking because you're a parent. I'm not a parent. I don't
that
know.
is the one. I have every confidence she wouldn't do anything wrong there. You know, she wouldn't go and grab a knife and like stick it in herself. You know, that's not going to happen. But,
and these kids probably didn't either.
Right. Right. Something mechanically went awry or something.
Christmas tree still plugged in, and all of a sudden, cat chews through a wire.
A heater or something, maybe a space heater. Or,
yeah. Brutal. And then we've got a story. There's a new TV show coming out that follows a few families, including the 6th grader, Amadeo White. And this kid goes to the same drill every afternoon. He's 11 years old, pulls out his cell phone. He gets off the bus, and he's 2 blocks from home. He has to pull out his cell phone, dial his mom, and delivers running commentary while walking back to their apartment.
Oh, man.
Passing the deli now. Waiting for the walk signal.
Dude, how far did you walk to the bus stop when you were a kid?
It was down at the end of the block. But a lot of times, well, no, I take that back because in elementary school we walked to the school, which was blocks away.
Yeah, you told that story about did you tell that on air where you put the pizza in the microwave?
I don't know if I did.
And you had to go pick up your sister from the school.
Yeah, it was when microwaves first came out. Yeah. I mean, they were brand new, and my dad always, being on the front of VCRs first come out. He's got a Betamax, and so we were like the first people on the block, to get a microwave. And I was like, oh, I'll try the new microwave, and pulled the pizza out of the box. It's got reheat instructions on the box, on the pizza box itself, which said specifically reheat for 22 minutes. And so I put a piece of pizza in the brand new microwave, which we'd had for a day, set it for 22 minutes, and then that gives me just enough time to walk up to Tyler Elementary School, get Kristen, and walk back.
It's probably a $2,200 microwave, right?
Probably at the time, probably. And then walked in, and you could literally see the smoke coming down the street. I mean, it stunk so bad.
Did you know immediately as you approached the house, like, holy shit?
Oh, yeah. At that point I did. But
you recognized, like, oh, that's my pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what else could it be? And then I was quickly told that, the whole point of the microwave, asshole, is that you put it in for 20 seconds, not 20 minutes. Jesus. 22 minutes in the microwave. It was about the size of a potato chip and black.
Was the thing functioning, though, the microwave, or did you ditch it?
Yeah, it still functioned.
Wow.
Yep. So, passing the deli now, waiting for the walk signal, literally giving a step-by-step account of your movements is par for the course when your mother is an overprotective one, like this chick is. The ultimate helicopter mom who hovers above her 3 kids 24/7. Her name is Kale White. She'd prefer they never left the womb.
What? Wait, she said that?
Yeah, that's a quote from her.
Why'd you even have? You knew what was going to happen, right?
You knew they were going to leave the womb, right?
The Discovery Channel, their Discovery Life Channel's new reality show, World's Worst Mom, is premiering January 22nd. Reveals how paranoid today's parents have become about their children's safety. In the show, a bunch of obsessive type A's are subjected to an intervention from this public speaker. Her name's Lenore Skenazy. She's 55 years old. She earned the title of World's Worst Mom in 2008 after she let her 9-year-old son ride the New York City subway alone and then wrote about it. And so people were like flipped out.
Whoa.
So she's founded this company called Free Range Children, or Free Range Kids Movement, and she's been parachuted into people's homes in an effort to banish irrational phobias and force moms to loosen their grip. So that's basically how the story goes of what this show is. It sounds like it's kind of interesting. In some of the more extreme examples on TV, one mother insisted her 13-year-old son use the women's public bathroom in case of male predators. Another is so terrified of her 10-year-old choking, she spoon feeds him like a baby.
What? Oh,
wow.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't grow up well adjusted.
This white lady, the first one I talked about, volunteered for World's Worst Mom because the family was paralyzed by her fears. One of her biggest fears was germs, whether it was picking up the flu from touching an elevator button or getting food poisoning from meals. You always hear horrible stories about people getting E. coli from undercooked meat and children dying left and right. She would microwave already overdone food to kill off potential bugs. My kids would be begging me for something juicy because everything I made would be dry or burned. She would also hand sanitize every 20 minutes.
Which is, they've pretty much proven that that's not even good.
No,
right?
that's bad for you.
Because it actually
kills a lot of good germs. Her philosophy was better safe than sorry.
See, that's the thing. It's like a fine line, you know. I mentioned it before about the snake. Like, you know, you don't want to put your kid into situations where you're going to look back and go, wow, well, wasn't that stupid? That was just needless risk.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about that as I was picking up the sweet pie at the bus stop today, you know, and I was thinking about how long I used to have to walk at a pretty young age, you know, way up at the front
from
of
the house
sub.
I'm aware of.
Yeah, the house you're aware of, all the way up to the front of the sub.
By the Chinese Bible?
Yeah, up to 10 Mile Road. You know,
it's a pretty straight shot, though.
It is, but it's like a 12-minute walk, you know.
Is that really?
Yeah.
For a kid?
Yeah.
How old are we talking, though?
I mean, from probably 10, you know.
But you'd be with Derek.
Most of the time, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't walk alone.
But I'm sitting there, as I'm sitting there waiting for the sweet pie to pull up, I'm looking at the other 8 cars sitting there waiting for their...
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it wasn't like that, you know.
No.
And I get it. Like, there's no way I'm letting the sweet pie walk from a main road, you know, through our sub that far.
Yeah.
But older kids, like, why are these people picking
the boys
them up?
walk, right?
Yeah.
You don't go pick them up.
Well, we do if it works out for timing.
Sure, and our parents would have done that.
Yeah.
If they're coming home at that time, it's like, yeah, I'll swing by and pick you up.
Right.
Yeah, but it's funny, like, our parents, if you lived in Detroit when our parents were growing up, which mine didn't, but if you did, it's common. It's like, oh, yeah, I took the bus downtown to a Tiger game.
Yeah.
As a kid. Parents would just throw their kids on a bus, send them downtown Detroit, they'd go to a Tiger game. And then they'd take the bus back home. Like, could you imagine throwing Russ on a bus to Detroit and letting him go to a ball game and then come back with his buddies? Like, not in a million years would you do that now. I mean, and you're just a few short years from him being able to do that anyways.
I think he could pull it off. Honestly,
Russ could, yeah.
Russ
The more I think of it, yeah, you're right.
But, no, I'm not going to encourage it.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's that needless kind of risk that I'm talking about. It's just a razor's edge. When are you a helicopter parent? You know, Bubble.
You're a helicopter parent.
and when are you just too lenient where, again, if something happens, you kick yourself going, God damn it, you know, why did I...
Is there a struggle for parents like you and Gab or anybody where it's like, I really don't want to be that overprotective asshole, so I have to give them that extra leash to go out? Like, there are parents that won't let their kids who are Russ's age leave their yard.
Right.
Like, they can't leave the yard.
No,
Which seems criminal to me. That seems insane to me.
I do remember a point. I don't know when it was, but I remember, you know, us going, oh, okay, they can now go down the street on their own, you know, on their scooters or bikes, and you know, without one of us tagging along. And it's all the shit you read every day. We've got these damn stories, you know.
Yeah.
Got these damn stories of these psychopaths, and shit happens. It really does, and.
It does, but it's so rare.
I know.
It's so rare.
But these are like your most precious things, you know. And
you can make more parents out there.
Yeah,
you can make more.
It's fun too.
It's an endless well you can go and tap.
How do you know it's funny?
You're already trying. You're doing it all the time anyway. Well, just make another one.
So they give these families these challenges. So the one that I talked about, the White family, theirs was not the White family. Their actual last name is White. I want to make this a race thing. The White family had to go to a barbecue at the park, and the mother wasn't allowed to get anywhere near the food prep, and they made these like medium steaks for the kids, and they're like, these are awesome, and the mom's just like biting her lip like, oh god. In another challenge, Amato, armed with a map, embarked on a 2-hour odyssey exploring Central Park to walk the family dog. He wasn't allowed to take a cell phone, and he even asked a stranger for the time. Something that never would have happened before. When he came back, he seemed really proud of himself. She spent the entire couple hours on pins and needles in the house.
Ugh.
That's psycho,
See,
man.
that's the thing, though. I mean, like, obviously, I don't know how to raise kids, but that's the thing, though, right? By doing that, it takes away, like, how he was proud that he was asked the time, and like, you have to do that stuff to
it
grow
definitely
up.
stifles them. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Takes away any sense of adventure they have as a little kid. You know, you can't go to the creek and, you know, do shit.
Yeah.
You know, and then
It's
like
like
you say,
it seems to me, like learning to do stuff like as an adult. Or
yeah, you need to step out. You're your own man. You know, you got to learn how to do that. And your mom's not going to be around unless you're, well, certain circumstances. But
what is that supposed to be? Son of a
dare you?
We got Phyllis here who won't allow play dates, particularly sleepovers, because she's worried about Brianna being in strangers' houses, changing clothes and privacy. Okay. She even accompanies Brianna into the stall of the ladies' room at the mall in case she comes into contact with germs or a stranger makes an approach while she waits outside.
In case she comes in contact with germs. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some germs.
And these kids have to be lashing out at their mom. Like, come on, give me a break.
But if that's all they know, like you were saying, you could teach Russ to kill a Russian spy.
Yeah.
Like if you got him early, he'd just follow your command.
Yeah, but at some point, man, they're living in the real world and they're seeing this isn't normal, you know?
Yeah, maybe, unless they don't really see the normal world. If they're so isolated and bubbled, I mean, the fact is nobody really wants to fuck your kids. They just don't. You can send them into the back. Very few. You are not going to find that many people that are interested in fucking your kids. You can send them into the bathroom and you can wait outside the door for them, and every person that walks in there is not interested in fucking your kid. Sorry. It's just not. In fact, most people see a kid and they go, oh, God, I don't even want to be anywhere near that fucking thing because I don't want to be accused of brushing up against him. Get that fucking thing away from me. I don't want any accusations that I shook his hand. I looked at him funny. I don't even want to see a kid. I don't even want to be in the same room with a kid that I don't personally know really well because I don't know what that kid's capable of. For all I know, he's going to walk out and go, he looked at my pee-pee. And then it's on me to explain that, no, I didn't. No, I swear I didn't look at your pee-pee.
Your pee-pee.
I don't want to fuck your kid. I swear. So Zach here, the 12-year-old, is banned from riding his bike anywhere outside of the driveway. She fears he'll be hit by a car on the road.
How old?
12.
Oh.
12. Can't leave the driveway because he'll be hit by a car, of course.
Is he wearing a helmet in the driveway?
I bet probably, yeah, probably.
Are you serious? Is he? Of course he is.
When the kids are playing in the backyard, they have to keep in constant contact with mom through walkie-talkies.
Through walkie-talkies? How big is their backyard?
I don't know. I constantly fear they will get abducted or hurt. I know what I'm doing is not good, but I can't help it. So her challenge was to do an organized play date in which Brianna was allowed to host a group of girls over for a pool party. Zach gets to cycle to the park less than 2 miles away where he's able to play basketball with his friends. She can't resist driving to the courts and checking up on him, of course. I learned you have to teach your kids right and wrong. I can't keep them inside the bubble forever. They won't know how to handle themselves in the real world. Yeah, exactly. So she's got these tips on how to tear off the bubble wrap from your kids. Don't buy into the over-the-top kids safety market. Skenazi, the lady that's running this thing, is all for bike helmets and car seats. But does your healthy baby really need special knee pads for crawling?
Hey, is your sister listening to this?
I hope so. Eid does not need special knee pads for crawling. Neither does Marshall. G wouldn't put up with that at all. Marshall's probably playing by himself in the street as we speak. Walking wings? The fuck are walking wings?
I've never seen that.
Well, you were a lousy parent, apparently. You didn't care about your kids. Didn't get them walking wings. Or Smart Booty that connects to your iPhone and gives readouts of their blood oxygen levels.
What?
Jeez.
What are walking wings?
Disappointment isn't dangerous, she says. My son came home with a non-ironic bowling trophy for 8th place out of 9 teams.
Oh.
Prepare your kids for real life where you don't get a medal for breathing the same air as everyone else. Stop worst first thinking. Look at the dwindling crime statistics and gain perspective. Facebook isn't a catalog for pedophiles. Many parents won't post their kid's image because they have this idea that some predator in Nebraska is going to single out their child and abduct them. Studies show such incidents do not happen. Oh my God, those are walking wings?
I guess.
Harnesses, that's what I...
Yeah, it's a harness, man.
Oh, God forbid they fall.
I know.
God. Lose the restroom worries. There's nothing worse than an embarrassed-looking boy in the ladies' bathroom asking, what's a sanitary napkin, Mom?
A Moxie pad?
Moxie pad. Yeah, they're wondering about Moxie pads.
Gross.
What?
Nothing.
Thought about Nana, didn't you? You did. Admit it. You thought about Nana as soon as you heard
heavy
say
flow.
Moxie. Extremely heavy flow.
Mom, we need a mop!
Shut up.
Stop stinksing, Nana!
I changed it last time.
She's your mother!
Has she been cleaned yet this month?
I don't...
Come on, E.
E, give us something.
No.
We're going to ask every day. You know that, right?
You can ask every day, and I'll say every day I'll just shutter it off, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to answer that.
You should. You answered it before. I don't know what the difference is. Basically, there's an inflated sense of danger in the world. It's just a joke. Ugh. Those kids are going to grow up and run the world, Jay.
Don't sound like an old man, Mike.
I know. I don't want to sound like an old man, but it just does seem different. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Charlie Hebdo is out, by the way. The magazine came out. And
with Muhammad on the cover, and 3 million copies printed initially, right?
Sold out immediately.
Damn.
Immediately.
And this was a publication that usually did 60,000.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
They would print 60,000. They had 30,000 customers.
Okay.
So they sold out of them in minutes at newspaper kiosks around France. And also Al-Qaeda in Yemen claimed responsibility for the attack. Assholes. They said they ordered it, you know. By the way, they're printing off another 1 million copies today, another 1 million copies tomorrow, and another 1 million copies on Saturday of this. And they're shipping some should land in the United States tomorrow.
You gonna get one?
Yeah, they've sent 300 copies to the United States. Jeez. They're going for, these are $4 in U.S. dollars. All the money goes to Charlie Hebdo. All the people that helped put this magazine out and distribute it have donated the proceeds right back to Charlie Hebdo. And they are absolutely swamped with orders for this thing. They usually go for $4. And they are on what is it? What do they sell sites? eBay, thank you. Over $700 a copy. And the ones that are coming to the U.S. are in French. Je m'appelle. They're not even in English. They're going to print it in English. So, I don't know. You don't think it's that big of a deal, the cover photo there? Well, that's not the one, but...
no way in hell I'd go try to get one of these. No way.
People were already waiting outside these newspaper stands at 6 a.m. This guy had 10 copies. They were sold immediately. So what does it say inside? Inside the edition, the weekly's usual irreverent humor was on display. One cartoon shows jihadists saying, "We couldn't touch Charlie people. We shouldn't touch Charlie people. Otherwise, they will look like martyrs, and once in heaven, these bastards will steal our virgins." Yeah. What makes us laugh most is the bells of Notre Dame rang in our honor, the newspaper says. That's great. All proceeds will go directly to Charlie Hebdo. Yeah, so good for them, but it's hard to find a copy. I'd love to get a copy of it, as you know,
collector.
Yeah, the collector thing. And then this story, we had this story yesterday, and kind of ran low on time, and
that's kind of funny,
and never got to it. But I love this. The mayor of Rotterdam stunned live TV audience by saying Muslims who despise Western culture can pack their bags and fuck off on national TV. I love it. He's Moroccan-born, Ahmed Abatoleb.
A Muslim himself.
He's a Muslim himself. He was being interviewed about the massacre in Paris. He's a 52-year-old former journalist who moved to Holland when he was 15. Is known for his hardened stance against immigrants who refuse to accept the country's liberal way of life. The mayor told the Dutch program NewsHour, "It is incomprehensible that you can turn against freedom, but if you do not like freedom, in heaven's name, pack your bag and leave." He added, "There may be a place in the world where you can be yourself, be honest with yourself, and do not go and kill innocent journalists. If you do not like it here because humorists you do not like make a newspaper, may I then say you can fuck off."
Well put, sir.
Yeah, that's great. We need more people doing stuff like that. This is stupid. This is so incomprehensible. Vanish from the Netherlands if you cannot find your place here. Earlier in the week, the mayor won praise from his London counterpart, Boris Johnson, who described him as a voice of enlightenment. He wrote, "And my hero, the man who got straight to the point, was the mayor of Rotterdam, himself a Muslim. He will bug them and monitor them and arrest them and prosecute them and jail them. But if we're going to win the struggle for the minds of these young people, then that is the kind of voice we need to hear, and it needs, above all, to be a Muslim voice." The Muslims are already bitching, by the way, the peaceful Muslims, because we all know it's just a peaceful religion. They're outraged that they put Muhammad on the cover again.
Well,
yeah. Hey,
they don't agree.
They don't agree with the rioting and the murdering.
Yeah,
but they're outraged.
Can you pull a picture of that up again? The cover, the actual cover. And what was that second one of? Was that somebody playing with it?
No, I think it was the previous.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the is it supposed to be a dick and balls?
I know. I heard that too.
I mean, it's pretty apparent.
Yeah.
The nose and then the.
Yeah, if you flip it upside down, especially, his eyes and nose look like a dick and balls.
And even if you extend out to his head, you know.
Yeah, the hat looks like a ball sack. Yeah, yeah. I see it. I wonder. I don't know if they did that on purpose or.
Look
at all this. There you go.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose.
Yep, I would agree.
Hey, do you suffer from a Mike Walters at your office? Have sexual harassment, racial stereotypes, and uncomfortable topics become the norm?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Attorney Dave Helm can help. Call him at 248-679-8804 or go online at helmlawpc.com to set up your free consultation, because no one should ever have to know what a blue waffle is. Tell them you support the Detroit Cast and receive 15% off.
I love it. Very good. Do we have some good email today?
Oh, we have some emails, sir. Ross writes in.
Ross!
Ross.
Right here, Dad.
Ross writes in, I cannot believe you guys got Frank Caliendo to read Biggie's diary in Morgan Freeman's voice.
Awesome.
This shit is gold. I can't stop cracking up as I type, listening to Morgan Freeman point out Eric's horrendous spelling. This is the part where Eric makes a footnote to add this call to a distant best of. Right?
Better.
I've heard several people say that.
So have I.
Like, all right, get it, Eric. It's all about Eric,
mm-hmm.
and it was a call, so it's going to be on the best of.
Did your boy Chris McQueen? Did Chris McQueen hear his shout outy?
Yeah, he did. We talked about it today.
What did he think?
Just laughing, very funny. Fucking, and especially the fact, just that we could when he mentions Chris McQueen and we were talking about our days in English class talking about going to Grand Valley State. We both literally remember that conversation. Even like it wasn't
really.
It wasn't even like.
Did either of you end up going to Grand Valley State?
No.
Did McQueen make it?
No, he went to Ferris for a little bit, then somewhere else, and I don't know.
Hey, Steve writes in, gentlemen, and yes, you too, Eric. I swear to God, Thursday's show was one of my favorites. I think he's Canadian the way he spelled favorites.
I think he's talking about Wednesday's show too.
Thursday's show, Wednesday.
Yeah,
I think he's talking about Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Between Officer Walters and Frank Caliendo's readings of Biggie's diary, I was in stitches. Excessive force deservedly needed with such a vicious attacker. 95, Mike.
I know. You should have.
That would have worked. John, sit down.
None of the people in the room and in the wing there would listen. Huh? What's he saying?
It's hilarious when Mike reads the diary with spelling and grammar corrections, but to hear Morgan Freeman, priceless. And I love Timko's surprise pop-up pictures, which wish I could see them. But anyway,
no,
great
you don't.
show.
No, you don't. No.
Hell no, you do not. I literally listened
Timko's
to...
a monster.
Thanks.
You are. Those pictures make you a monster.
Sorry.
It's all right. All is forgiven.
You listened to today's twice, but admittedly listened to Frank's interview 5 times. Love you guys, and Eric. Wring out LaFonda's drawers into a glass and drink it. It has to be better than your own piss, and do the stock thing as well. Bye for now. Ciao. From Steve. Several people called in yesterday. We had, God damn it, Tim. God. Now that was a sneaky. That was a sneak attack.
That was bullshit.
Sorry.
That was bullshit.
All right, done.
My
See that shitty?
No, I'm lucky. My seat, I get your guys' reaction, and then I choose once in a while to look, but most of the time
it's
I
just
don't
like
have to.
so natural. It's right there.
Well,
Yeah, you get it first,
That's
and then
the
your
problem.
reaction makes me react, and I don't want to. I know what's there. I know something horrifying is
You
there.
can't not look.
And it's like, ah! See,
Son of a
I did it
bitch.
again. I looked. Ah, poos. Ah,
Oh,
poos.
poos.
Who's getting some?
I couldn't help it. I knew something horrible was there, but I had to look.
Several people wrote in and noticed the seagull drop from yesterday, sort of likened it to E's cadence.
Yeah.
And sort of, I don't know if you've been compared to a seagull before, but
It was a hawk,
or
but
not. No, there was a part where a seagull came in. So
Yeah, you play it. It was a
No,
hawk.
I did the hawk. Timko did the seagull.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I don't even. I don't know even. I don't even think I laugh that much anymore. Like I don't know. It really has to take me. I really have to get to a point where I laugh that much. I think that hard, but it does happen. I mean, you and Mark used to make fun of me all the time.
That laugh is not made up. We just haven't made him laugh that hard yet. I'm not even kidding.
I've done it on this show
When you
before.
laugh that hard, he really does start going.
I've been put to the floor before. I get sometimes if I get the giggles, like if I get the giggles, I just can't stop.
If someone tickles you, are you like that? I bet you would be.
Tickles him.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Kadog, tickle him.
God. Please don't. Hey, another thing we heard from several people was the shot collar, the reference to the shot collar from Izzy. Everybody's like, put it on Eric.
No.
That's a great idea.
In the past, a lot of people have asked me to do that in the past. And
No.
he's so against electricity. He's such a fukfase that
You'd
way.
rather eat shit.
Yeah, he
If
would.
you bring in shit here, I'll eat shit, but I'm not getting a fucking electricity.
All right, let's
No,
bring
no.
shit
Not
in.
human shit.
That's the cutest little bunny rabbit I've ever seen.
I agree. What's it going to do, explode?
No, I'm just trying to redeem myself a little.
That is so
that's
cute.
It. Oh, look at that poos. Look at that rabbit
Look at
poos.
that little guy.
Ah, poos.
He
Look at
looks,
the rabbit
he
poos.
looks as soft as the white bunny we met at Tony's house.
Yeah,
Oh, my
agreed.
God.
Oh my God, was that the softest
I
bunny
want
ever.
one.
Look at that little guy.
Oh, look at him. You know his nose just goes
Oh yeah, just a
twitch, twitch, twitch.
tiny
Twitch,
little
twitch,
ears.
twitch. Oh, he's got wee ears.
Wow, that's a cute little bunny.
Oh,
rabbit.
what's up, Doc? Oh, what's up, Doc? Yeah.
James writes in and wonders if Rev Al is a man of God. Where's his church? Where's the congregation gather?
This is outrageous.
Where is his flock, by the way?
They're in Ferguson. I don't know.
They're everywhere they're needed, Jay.
He's
The
a reverend.
Reverend.
He's a reverend in spirit. Name alone.
It's always bothered me.
Yeah, it
You
should.
know? James writes in. I think he hates the show. Let's see. Jay and the Beagle. I am a big fan of the show, he says, but something happened on Friday's show that I really hate.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember Friday's show.
I don't either.
It concerns the phone calls to Nan.
Ooh.
Now I remember. Was 5 phone calls really necessary?
Yeah.
Yes.
They hung up 4 times, so yeah.
It was painful to listen to and made me want to shut it off. I was a vocal opponent of this kind of shit on Drew and Mike.
Yeah.
Do you remember
you
James being a vocal opponent?
I do. I remember James well. Yeah, very vocal opponent.
I was disappointed to see it now happening here. It grates on me like fingernails on a chalkboard. There was some good stuff in there, but it was ruined by you repeatedly harassing them. It's not funny, and I would request that you stop it.
Okay. Duly noted.
Make the call, get the hang up, and move on.
What?
Next time we'll have a 15-second call for you, James.
Yeah.
There is lots to talk about, so why waste time like that? There are always topics that Mike announces that don't get talked about because of lack of time. Hashtag knock that shit off. I know that other people will write in and say that it was funny and there's no reason for you to listen to me, even though my name will be inscribed on the Kickstarter plaque. All right, let's get around.
All right.
It's just this one listener's opinion. Then he goes on to say, enough of the negative shit. Today's cast rocked. Big E is so monumentally stupid he made Frank Caliendo say bullshit as Morgan Freeman. I've never heard Frank swear, ever, but Eric did it. You have to be proud of that. There have been so many times when I wanted to shoot Eric in the kneecaps and bury him in a red anthill.
Kneecaps? Come on, dude.
And then he goes and does something like this. As the Beagle says, radio gold.
Oh, sorry.
As if it wasn't enough, there was the Chinese Bobbit story and the vegan story. It was all great. One of the best shows ever. I can't wait until the phones are installed. It's going to be awesome. I think you should have Eric compile all of the goddammit Timko moments into a Do you realize what you're asking here, James?
Yeah.
You're asking Eric to compile all of the goddammit Timko moments into a montage?
Who you called a colossal retard a minute ago, Eric.
Right.
Do you want him to compile that?
He doesn't have time for that.
No.
I have a busy day.
That would rule. I agree, James. That would rule. Speaking of goddammit, when is he going to be on the show? I have no idea how to spell Uwe. He spelled it U-V-E-I. It's actually U-W-E. Yeah. I would love to hear him live. Goodbye, Jim. So then, he kind of vacillated back and forth on whether he loves or hates. But
He did what?
Vacillated.
Oh,
I hate
okay.
to say
That's
this
what I thought you
because
were
he
saying.
technically gave me a compliment, but I didn't do anything. I just wrote a thing 12 years ago, and then you guys gave it to somebody to read.
No, it was fucked up enough to make Frank swear.
I know, but I'm just saying I didn't really do it.
This is bullshit.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber. you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Way to go, James. No, and we welcome negative comments. I'm not suggesting
Jay does.
don't send.
reading it.
Jay absolutely send them in.
Yeah.
I don't mean to, kind of push that up. Tony writes in, counselor, cult leader, and normcore. I couldn't leave this one alone. You guys know that I served in the Marine Corps infantry, and Mike is absolutely right on. If chicks can't do it like the boys, they need to fuck right off.
Normcore.
Semper Fi, brother.
I wasn't an officer, but I was a non-commissioned officer, a corporal, and a section leader. My platoon was a weapons platoon where we carried and used heavy weapons and supported the infantry riflemen. I led the assault section where my team operated the SMAW, the rocket launcher pictured below. The launcher itself weighs 17 pounds, and each rocket is another 15 or so.
Wow.
Each Marine in my section carried 2 rockets, and each gunner carried the launcher. So you see those things?
Holy shit. What a badass.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fast forward to these bitches. A normal combat load, food, clothes, water, survival gear, etc., can weigh up to 70 pounds. Add 30 more pounds and rockets to your pack. Now hump, it's a term for a forced march, but way funnier. 20 miles, and when you get there, have enough stamina to fight if necessary. That was our job. The machine gunners and mortar men also in our platoon had similar loads, 90 pounds including ammo and 65 pounds respectively. Show me the butch broad that can hang with the guys, and I'll happily salute her. Until then, I could use a sandwich.
Oh!
Amen, brother.
So Tony includes
Semper Fi, Tony.
Couple cool pictures, and then he says, love the show, keep up the great work. Big E, eat a bag of excessively tattooed, extremely normcore dry stocks. Goodbye, BUI. And we'll end it on that.
Let me see the pictures. Oh, let's see, my man. Is that him in action?
I don't know if that's him. That's him on the second page.
Here's a picture of my section in the field back in the day, yeah. Yeah, they're there. Wow. Hooah! That's awesome. I'd cook them food. I'd make sandwiches for these men. They're bigger men than I am.
You're one of these bitches?
I'm one of these bitches. I'm way closer to these bitches than those dudes. That's for damn sure.
I'd like to see you make a sandwich.
I could, for them, I could.
You mean that Jay's gonna make sandwiches and then you'll give him one of
Hey,
his?
Jay's
half my
closer.
sandwich, you son of a bitch.
It was delicious. Oh, it was a cartoon sandwich.
God.
There was a cartoon. You know when you watch cartoons and whenever one of the cartoon characters makes a sandwich, it's like 2 feet high, and it's got every
I always
fucking.
wanted to make one of those in real life.
Yeah, they're cartoon sandwiches, and Jay makes cartoon sandwiches, and they're unbelievable. It was a cartoon sandwich.
So I'm ready to eat at break, and K-Dog pilfers an apple off me. He goes, hey, man, you got any of those apple slices tonight? No, I don't, but I have a full apple. You want it?
That's where K-Dog got that delicious looking apple.
Yeah.
I wanted it too.
And then you look at that
I
sandwich.
gave you some chips. And then E wanted some of them. We had to yell at him because he's
and then
not.
we had to pour them into his hand because we didn't want him reaching in.
We don't want him. Not only reaching in the bag is off limits for E, and he knows this. You know that. You're not even allowed to touch the outside of the bag. Jay yelled at you again today for even touching the outside of the bag, which was promptly stolen out of your hands. And then we poured a couple chips for you.
Well, you ate out of my fucking Chex Mix that I ate.
Oh, you did that yesterday? Whoa, man.
I was first guy in. First guy in.
Damn.
Look at that cartoon sandwich. It's a real life cartoon sandwich. Ah!
The Dagwood. Yep. The Bumstead. Wow.
All right, is that it for us today?
Yep.
Do we have any reads to do?
Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
Who's that? Oh, boy. Thanks to our friends at Zot. They want Detroit Cast listeners to come in for great deals on new cars and trades. Then get you out of your lease early, possibly even save you money in the process like they did for Beth. Zot Ford is making their friends and family discount available to Detroit Cast listeners. So please go see them in Holly, 75, exit 98, East Holly Road, or give them a call today. So thanks to Zot Ford. And, yeah, I guess that'll do it for a Thursday. We forgot to get to the giant titties chick.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
I know. Maybe we'll discuss her tomorrow. How about that? Deal?
Sure.
All right. We'll do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for an all-new Friday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Normcore.